Okay, welcome back to the 2 p.m. through 3 p.m. web chats on BYUtv.org. Thanks for joining us. My name is Jarom Jordan. During this hour, we'll have McKay Jacobson, who we'll chat with in a moment, Brian Correa, Justin Sorensen, and finally Jake Heaps at the end, so thanks for joining us. You can submit questions to all of those guys, beginning with McKay, at facebook.com/BYUtv Sports. We've never done anything like this, online only. And we appreciate you tuning in. This is a lot of fun for us. And let's start with McKay. McKay, senior year, it seems like you were just a freshman in 06, but that's been a quick 5 years with the mission and everything. What are you most excited about for your senior season?
I'm most excited just to get out there and play the different teams we're playing and really just having one more year to just to play and play with my teammates and go out there and have some fun.
There's a lot of guys coming back from this group of wide receivers. Why should BYU fans be excited about this group this year?
I think just the whole offense in general, just some changes we've made with just some of the coaching staff and things, and I think it's just kind of re-energized the offense, and I think our ability this year with Jake getting another year underneath his belt. I think opening up the offense will be very exciting, and I'm really looking forward to some of the opportunities, I think, with opening the offense and kind of throwing the ball downfield a little bit.
Fans are excited to see you. They saw Cody Hoffman last year and the other receivers. We haven't seen Ross Oppo. Tell us about what he could do this year.
Well, Ross is a very, very similar body type as our other big guy out there, and he's a younger guy, but he's been here kind of getting through things, practicing and stuff, and I think he'll do a great job, coming in this year, making some big plays for us and really contributing a lot.
There's a fun story that you've told about being in Cowboy Stadium and giving Max Hall a phone call, and that came to life eventually. Tell us a little bit about that.
So my first year back, our first game was against OU. After I come back from my mission, that was my first college game back, and I'd gone there about a month before our first game, just about a week before fall camp had started for that 09 year.
And it's not too far away, Cowboy Stadium from your house.
And I was down there because I was just the biggest thing is just kind of see my family right before the whole school year started. I only get to go home so often, but I'd gone with my dad, and at the time my girlfriend, my future wife, went down with me. And we got a tour of the stadium. We just wanted to see what it was like. It just finished being built, and I was down there at the stadium, and I called Max while I was in one of the end zones, and he didn't answer, but I told him, hey, Max, I'm wide open, back in the end zone, throw me the ball. Wish you were down here, but, just tell him how cool it was. And ended up about a month later or so at that, the OU game, I was able to make a play in the back of the end zone. It happened to be the same spot I called Max, so it was really quite a cool story for me, and just a great memory.
You'll have a chance to do that again in October. This time with Jake
I
against
sure hope
TCU.
So, yeah, hopefully the game won't be as close this time around, but you never know. So TCU's a great team, and we'll be looking forward to playing those guys down there.
Let's get to some emails. Scotty Taysom asks, how do you plan to get off to a fast start this year?
I think just continue with the work. We had a great off season, great spring ball. Continuing on throughout the summer, it's been great throwing with Jake and kind of just having a set plan as, hey, this is our guy this year. Last year, we were kind of going through some things with the quarterback competition and just trying to find our identity as a team in general. And I think this year we kind of know a little bit more of the direction we're trying to go. And the key positions of such as quarterback and different things. So it'll be great to continue to work with Jake and the rest of the receivers, rest of the offense, and get ready for our first game.
How much more of not a burden, but just a sense of responsibility do you have to start it off right with not just BYU fans watching and people in Utah? The whole country is going to be intrigued by what this new independent team does, and you have a tough start to the season.
Yeah, we definitely our first couple games we have some tough opponents. Even some of the toughest opponents we're going to play all year, toughest games. So we got to definitely be ready to go, and that's going to be a challenge. A lot of times, a lot of teams will have their non-conference games. Maybe be a team that's not in a BCS conference, or some other team that's a little smaller school, and we definitely have some powerhouses, type programs we'll play at the first. So we got to be, hit the ground running and ready to go.
Okay, another email. J. Brandon Hill asks, where did the nickname Virgil come from, and does anyone still call you that now that John Beck's gone?
So my first name is Virgil. My middle name's McKay. My parents just always called me McKay growing up for whatever reason. But a lot of my buddies in high school, even younger, growing up in middle school and kind of getting to high school, they'd always call roll, at school, the first of the year, right. And they'd call up Virgil Jacobson, and they're like, who is that? And I was like, that's me, because all my buddies knew me as McKay, even other classmates and stuff. And then I think it was probably Chase Daniel who actually first started calling me Virg as a nickname, and it kind of just stuck around. And so a lot of my buddies that I was really close with, they'd always call me Virg. And it was funny, some people in high school, I went to a 5A school down in Texas, so there's quite a bit of students, about 800 in my class, and there'd be some kids I didn't really know very well, and they'd end up calling me, hey, Virg, how you doing? It's like, I don't even really know you. Like, why you call me that, So it was kind of a fun thing. And then coming up here to BYU, I think it's actually John Beck who had first asked me, hey, do you have any nicknames or anything? And I was like, some of my teammates call me Virg, and he called me Virg, a couple other people, but it's kind of died down a little bit.
Yeah.
After going my mission,
right,
but yeah, it probably resurrected a little bit now, but we'll see how it goes.
Virgil's a good name, Virgil Carter, one of the first grade BYU quarterbacks in the 60s, so good stuff. If you want to send in a question for McKay, go to our Facebook page and post on the wall. It's facebook.com/BYUtv Sports. You played with some great quarterbacks in high school, even before you got to BYU, and had tremendous success there. I guess just tell us what it was like to play with Chase Daniel, who played at Missouri, and then Greg McElroy, who won a national title at Alabama. Yeah,
I've been really fortunate to play with some great players. High school was a lot of fun, playing with those guys. And
what was your record in high school?
My high school record, we were 63-1.
Pretty good.
So we lost one game in the state championship. But we had a lot of great players, great coaches, and just a lot of success year after year. Had the carry out over each year. It was a lot of fun. I've had great quarterbacks here so far. I think every quarterback I've actually played with since high school has played in will play in the pros. Greg McElroy just got drafted by the Jets. So we got, Jake and a couple other guys I played with here. I'm sure they'll make it on and play after BYU.
Stay in touch with Chase and Greg a little bit?
Yeah, I try to keep in touch as much as I can. They're off doing their own things now, and I'm off up here.
Greg's not busy. There's a lockout. Is he hanging out?
Yeah, Greg's hanging out. I saw Greg actually this last week. I went down to the Manning Passing Academy, and it's a camp down there. I went with my little brother, and he was down there, and it was fun to see him again and work out with him a little bit while we were down there.
Awesome. Brian Henderson asks, who wins in a race between you, Drew Phillips, and Ross Oppo? Great question.
Oh man, that'd be a good race. Hopefully on a good day. I think you never know. I think just given day. I think any of us would win. But hopefully for me, I think I would do better on the shorter stuff. So if I was in charge, I would probably say, hey, let's run something shorter. But Ross has long legs, so he's probably more of a 400 guy.
What's your best 40 time?
My best 45 is 4.4.
4.4?
Yeah. So on a good day, I'll run something around there.
Does a little bit of adrenaline in the game add anything to that, or the pads weigh down a little bit?
I don't know. It's a good question. You never
really have you run it in pads.
You never really get in a 3-point stance. Well, as far as I never get in a 3-point stance and run quite the same way as you do in a 40. It's just a thing to test some of your speed and explosiveness. So, it's something we definitely don't work on. It's something you work on, after college maybe, and preparing to get into college. But it's not something we're super concerned with.
Right. Jason Smith asks, and we touched on this a little bit, but you played in Cowboy Stadium a lot, both high school and college. Any special plans for your last game there this year?
Special plans. Pretty much the plan is to get a win. Obviously, you'd like to have a good game, and being from down there, I got a lot of my family and friends close by down there. So definitely want to have a good showing and have a good game. But overall, all that matters at the end of the day is you get the win. So we'll see what happens, but hopefully make some plays and help our team win.
For that OU game in 2009, how many tickets did you give out for friends and family?
Oh, I don't know. My dad did a lot of that. I know he probably close, honestly, about 100 tickets or so. I know a lot of people had asked my dad to get him some tickets and kind of help him out with that. But that stadium's huge, so that about 80,000. So
right.
Plenty of seats for everybody. But it was definitely fun. My high school coach came and saw the game, and it's a lot of fun.
See, Curtis Little, hopefully I'm saying that right, says, how do you see independence changing BYU football in the long term, and what are some of the challenges you have to overcome as an independent?
I think just the challenges is you're not in a conference, and really it's maybe there's a little bit of pressure to win every game. You could sometimes being in a conference, if you have a couple tough games here or there, you can still have a real good year, go to a good bowl, depending on the conference and everything going on. So it's a little bit harder than that, but in a lot of ways, you're still playing football. It'll be cool in ways that we'll play different schools that we normally wouldn't. So I think there's some pros and cons for being in conference and independent. But really, at the end of the day, we're just excited to have another year and excited to play who we're playing.
And you go out with the bang. You get not one but 2 games in Texas.
Oh yeah, it'll be good. I'm real excited about them.
What opponent, and you'll be graduated, but what opponent do you want BYU to put on the schedule that they haven't scheduled yet for the future? I know they've talked with different schools playing them. Really growing up, I liked watching a lot of the Big 12 schools. So really playing Texas this year is a team I definitely would want to play, and I'm lucky enough to be able to play them this year. But I think teams like even like USC, maybe some other Big 12 schools would be cool to see. I think Notre Dame's always a great program to play against. They're independent, we're independent. I think that'd be kind of a cool thing to start up if you could schedule something like that. I would love to see that as a fan. Yeah, and there will be plenty of those with 6 between 2012 and 2020. So you just missed that window.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but that's all right. Well, best of luck this season. We'll look forward to that Drew Phillips-Ross Opelinu race, and we'll have to stage that sometime. But we appreciate the time, and good luck on the year.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll be back in a moment. On BYUtv.org, we'll chat with Brian Correa. Submit your questions once again on our Facebook page for Brian, facebook.com/BYUtv Sports.